Hello and welcome to Garden of Luma, where I provide you with tips for growing edibles in hot climates. Hello everybody, Joe here with Garden of Luma. If you guys are new to this channel, please subscribe to stay updated on the latest videos. In today's video, we're going to take a look at harvesting guavas. It's guava season here in the Phoenix, Arizona area. You get 2 fruiting seasons a year with guavas, typically towards like end of summer, August-ish, and then like late spring. The spring crop tends to taste a little bit better because the guavas can get a little beat up from our extreme sun and heat, but the spring crop, you have to deal with protecting them through the winter and getting them through the frost too. So, you know, kind of a catch-22 there. Guava trees are a really easy tropical fruit tree to begin with if you're a beginner. They're a very versatile tree. You can stick these in tight spaces, you can stick these in full sun here, partial shade, grow them easily in containers and get fruit. So you can do a lot of things with guava trees. It's kind of a no-fuss type of tropical as well. They are a tropical, so they are frost sensitive, but they generally can handle a little bit more cold and frost than some other tropical types of trees. So I got down to like the mid-20s briefly in my yard. It did brown a lot of the leaves and a lot of the outer canopy can get damaged, but this tree grows pretty fast, so it just bounces back in the spring. So I don't even protect this or worry about it in the wintertime. I'm in a colder part of town too, so it does really good in zone 9, 9B for sure. All right, so we'll go taste test some of these guavas, show you what it's looking like now, a little update on the progress of my guava trees, both in ground as well as in a container. And I'm doing both a white and pink variety. I prefer the white, but in general, overall, guavas aren't my favorite fruit. I'll eat them, but it's more of an acquired taste in my opinion. I recommend trying guavas. If you grew up on them, you know you like them, then go for it. If you've never had a guava, I recommend trying it first and then growing it. Unless you just like to grow things, and then go for it. All right, so let's go out and take a look. Okay, so it's guava season here in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and the guavas have been ripening up nicely right now. As you can see here, this is my Peruvian White Guava, and I prefer this over my pink guava, my Barbie Pink, as far as taste. I've discovered that I don't really care too much for pink guavas, and guavas in general just aren't really my favorite, but this Peruvian white one isn't too bad. My kids really like it, so this one is in the ground here, and if you saw some of my winter videos, you saw how beat up this got in the winter, but right now, I mean, it just looks great. It's loaded with fruit, and let me see if I can find a ripe one here. Here's one back here that the birds were pecking at. You can see. Let me see if I can bite a little off of the spot they didn't get to. There you go. Nice and creamy. Has that floral taste. This just kind of reminds me of like a pear with a little bit of that floral flavor to it. All right, so this is the Peruvian White Guava. One thing about guavas is you're waiting for a while for them to start ripening, and then when they ripen, they just all want to ripen at one time. You'll start seeing them drop all over the ground. It's really tough to keep up with them, and they go bad really quickly, so you want to get to them right as they start to ripen. And I've heard that you can freeze them. I haven't tried that yet. This year I might try to do some of that. Over here is my Indonesian seedless guava, which did not even flower this year. This is the first year it's been in the ground. I put it in the ground I want to say fall of last year maybe. I had it in a container for a couple years. I did get some fruit off of it last year. Didn't really care for the fruit. And this one has been more sensitive overall to our climate here. Guavas in general do great in our heat here in the desert, but for whatever reason, this one isn't as tolerant. You can see there some of the burn from the leaves, and I water this quite a bit. Some of the heat damage there, and this is in a really shady spot here. So this one is more sensitive to our conditions for whatever reason. Here is my Barbie Pink. This one is growing in a container. And I've eaten several of these already. And as you can see, the birds are getting to these. You can see up top there, they're kind of beating me to these. And last year, I didn't really have much of a problem with the birds, but this year, for whatever reason, they've been tearing these fruit up. I think because we've been so hot and dry lately. They're probably looking for water as well as food. Getting that out of the fruit here. So this is the Barbie Pink. Again, guavas do really well in containers. You can see there a bunch of fruit. So it fruits pretty prolifically a couple times of the year, even in containers. Check me out at gardenofluma.com for more tips on gardening and growing fruit trees, especially in hot, dry climates. Thanks for watching.